Hey everyone, thank you for watching. In today's video, I'm so excited to do, we're gonna be trying out some more new makeup. I got the new Kosas Revealer Skin Improving Foundation. Gonna be testing this one out today. And then Kaleidos also sent over their full Smokey Nostalgia collection. Am I saying that correctly? The new collection from Kaleidos Makeup. They sent over all of these, including eyeshadow palettes, blushes, and lip products. So we're gonna be testing this out also. So we have a lot to get through today. Let's go ahead and get started. Hello, welcome. All right, I'm just going to clip my hair back here and we will get started. So when I talked about the Kosas Revealer Skin Improving Foundation, I was overwhelmed with people asking for me to do a video with it. And then also when I mentioned the Kaleidos new collection, a lot of people asking for that too. So those are the two things we're really focusing on today. Sometimes I do full trying new makeup, like full face first impression videos, but I felt like these were really getting a lot of attention and I wanted to kind of focus in on these. So I'm excited to try them out. I'm first gonna prime using my Lawless Set the Stage Hydrating Priming Serum. I do enjoy testing out some new makeup. It's kind of crazy that I'm doing 2 of these style videos within 1 week, but if you like to hear about new makeup releases, ranking videos, chatty videos, I hope that you will subscribe and stick around. I post about 4 to 5 videos a week, and I do really enjoy the Lawless Primer. I mentioned this in my, which video was it? It was the one where I talked about the makeup that I kind of misplaced and lost in my move and then found again, and I mentioned the Lawless Primer, and I really like this, and I feel like it's one of those that doesn't kind of sway a foundation, which is what I try to go for when I am testing out a new foundation. Like, it doesn't make me overly dewy, it doesn't make me like overly matte, anything like that. So I thought it would be a good one to test out for the foundation. So let me read you a little bit about this. So this retails for $42. It looks like it's available in 36 shades. It's a clean, skin improving, medium coverage SPF 25 foundation and treatment with hyaluronic acid, niacinamide, peptides, squalene, vitamin B5, arnica, and caffeine. So it's supposed to give you medium coverage, a natural finish. So this says it's a skin reviving SPF treatment foundation, instantly blends like a second skin with a natural dreamy finish to blur, visibly smooth texture and minimize pores. I did receive this from Kosas. I got an email from them saying that I could pick out a shade and they would send it over. So thank you so much to Kosas for sending this. I chose light, medium, neutral 200. It says light medium with a subtle pink undertones. I don't know, sometimes I'm not the best at foundation matching, so we will see. So here is what the bottle looks like. I think that should be a pretty good match for me. It does come in the glass bottle, and then you have a pump on here. I was really interested. I prefer medium natural coverage foundations. That is my favorite. I do have more dry / combo skin, and I'm also almost 35. I say almost, like my birthday's in like a few days. It's March 23rd. But to me, it's almost my birthday. So not the most youthful, not the most mature skin is what I usually say. But a lot of these ingredients I enjoy. Niacinamide, squalene, that's a skincare ingredient that I really enjoy. So I was very curious about this one. I said I was gonna purchase it myself in my Will I Buy It video. And then I got that email from Kosas saying I could pick out a shade. And I was like, ah, excellent. I'm using a sponge from the Hipdot and Peeps collection. So I'm just gonna do a couple pumps on here, like so. I just kind of tap around my face here, and then I'm gonna go ahead, blend this in. First impression, the shade match is looking pretty decent. I feel like it's kind of pulling a little bit yellow. I did also purchase the Kosas Revealer Concealer because a bunch of people were recommending it and saying that they really enjoyed it. And the shade match again on that one is like decent, but I feel like it kind of pulls a little yellow. So that's kind of what I'm thinking from the foundation also, even though it said it had more of those pink undertones. I don't really see that. It looks a little bit more yellowy on me. I usually go for something more on the neutral side versus like warm or cool, but I tend to, if I can only choose between the two, I would go more on the cool side. It seems pretty easy to blend in, and it looks like that offers some pretty nice coverage just with what I use. Like, I don't feel like I need to add any more foundation to my face. Let me get you close. I feel like that's looking pretty good. I would definitely say medium coverage. It covered well. It really did even out the skin tone. You know, it took away some of the redness in a few areas that I have, which is good, but I can still see my skin, which I enjoy. I don't like a full coverage. I don't like feeling mask-like. It feels very comfortable right now, just first impression. I'm impressed with how well it blended out. It doesn't look, sometimes like around my nose or even like around my eyebrow area here, I can get like weird, almost like buildup looking things with some certain foundations, usually if they're a little thicker or have a little bit more full coverage. I don't see anything like that happening. Okay, all right, so far so good. This is only my first impression. With all my first impressions, I always come back to review everything. I'm just gonna finish off the rest of my face. I'm gonna use quite a few products that I just used in my last try new makeup video, so I will refer you to that if you wanna see some more thoughts on the KVD Good Apple Concealer, Milk Makeup Liquid Bronzer, the Rose Ink Cream Blush. No, I'm not using the Rose Ink Cream Blush because I got my blushes here. Just gonna do the concealer, some powder, and bronzer and brows, and then we'll come back and we will jump into the Kaleidos collection. I did go a little bit crazy with my bronzer, so I did the Milk Makeup, then I was like, okay, looking good, and then I was like, I'm gonna use some of the Marc Jacobs because I'm trying so hard to hit pan in it. It's just not happening. I can't understand how people pan that bronzer so fast. I'm trying so hard. I did hit pan in another bronzer. If you follow me on Instagram, you know which one. I'm March Beauty Word. If you don't follow me over there, you should. I post a lot, especially in my stories. But I did hit pan on another bronzer, but I'm gonna be doing an updated Project Pan video here shortly. So I will include that one in there. I was so surprised. I was like, wow, I had a friend over here and I was like, oh my gosh, look. And she's like, what? And I was like, but there's like pan at the bottom. And she was like, huh? They don't get it. They just don't get us. But I'm gonna go ahead and move over. Oh, everything went on really smoothly though. Concealer, double bronzer, all good. So I'm gonna go ahead and move on and use the palettes from the Smokey Nostalgia collection from Kaleidos. Am I even saying that correctly? I meant to look that up. Yes, we got the Smokey Nostalgia. So this is available on the Kaleidos website. First up, the full collection, if you buy the full set, it's $189. And then I'm gonna jump into the palettes. So there's two different palettes, Jasmine and Cold Brew, and they both retail for $22. So I'll insert some close-ups and swatches of the palettes here. The one that I am going to be using is going to be Jasmine. This one says, a silhouette of vice-like elegance, this gem conjures the most classic smoky eye, equal parts fantasy and reality. The Black Jasmine palette blends flirty fun and seductive finesse, includes 3 silky mattes and 1 sparkling shimmer. Again, that retails for $22. And then the other palette in the collection is the Cold Brew palette. Love the name, love the name. So this one says, take a sip of this cooling, bittersweet cold brew and escape all inhibitions. Settled with provocative mattes and crystalline shimmers, the Cold Brew palette resonates across all social spaces with the essence of an organic rapture. Includes 3 silky mattes and 1 sparkling shimmer. So those are what I am going to jump into first. I think a lot of people would assume that I am going into the Cold Brew palette, which looks beautiful. And I love the packaging on this collection. I think that is so pretty. And I'm so digging the looks of this palette. I love a good brown smoky eye. The shimmer looks absolutely gorgeous. I love the little mirror on here. I really like these quads. Like, this collection I find very, very intriguing. And I'm gonna do a look with this on my Instagram. I do a lot of demos over there. So this is gonna be my one for Instagram, but I wanted to switch it up. I've been trying to do more looks outside of my comfort zone, kind of a, you know, a goal of mine. But when this collection was first announced, I had a lot of people tag me, especially on this palette, because while these colors, these like cool tone, like gray tone types, they're not my go-to, they're not what I wear every day, I still think they make a really, really cool look. And something about it being a quad makes it seem not as overwhelming to me, if that makes sense. I think that's cute that on the palettes they come with this plastic here and it says base, radiate, diffuse, and accentuate. Was I gonna say accent? So I'm gonna kind of play by those rules, if you will. I mean, it's makeup and you can do whatever you want, but I'm gonna do a little something along those lines. So I'm gonna come in with the top shade here, which is the base shade, and I'm gonna use the Sigma E44. And I am just going to run this all over my lid and then diffuse it a bit into the crease. I love the E44 for this reason, because you can pack and then you can also blend. I did a Sigma favorites set, which is still available on the Sigma website. It just got restocked not too long ago. And this is just a key brush for me. Cool shade, digging that. I know I'm going out to sushi tonight with some friends, and I'm like, y'all better be ready for this eye look. Woo! All right, then I'm gonna go in with diffuse. I think I'm gonna just keep the same brush for right now. And I am just going to blend this right on top of the crease here. Go back and forth. Start to add a little bit more smokiness to the look. I'm getting a little bit of fallout here, nothing wild, crazy. Those are blending so easily. Ooh, I like this. That was super simple. All right, I'm gonna go in with a small brush from BK Beauty. This is the 207. So I'm working with a black shade. I want to think small and work my way up. Black shadow's a little scary to me, but I'm gonna try not to let it intimidate me. So I'm just gonna start to pack a little bit on the brush there, and then add this to the outer part of my eye, and just try to also diffuse it into those more gray tone shadows. So with black, I just start small and I keep building up. That way I don't get too overwhelmed too fast. Ooh, I think that's looking pretty. Ooh, okay. So again, just start small, work your way up, take your time. I don't have the most amount of patience. I'm a double Aries, thank you so much. But you know, these shadows I feel like are making it very, very smooth to blend out here. All right, so I'm just gonna take a little bit of my Charlotte Tilbury powder that I used on my under eyes and just kind of sweep away any fallout here. So that's what we have going on right now. I don't know if they're like perfectly even. That is really hard for me to do. And I feel like with a shade like dark, like a black, Aries also agrees, sometimes it's just a little bit harder. I'm just gonna take a small blending brush. This is a Morphe 506. How long have I had this brush for? So I'm just gonna do no extra product on here, and I'm just gonna kind of try to blend everything together and make them look a little bit more uniform, if you will. My dog is literally standing on her cave, her like little snoozer thing, just staring at it and then staring at me, and then just staring at me, then staring at it and then staring at me. I'll be there in 1 second, Aries. I'm just blending my eyeshadow. She just always needs help getting in. All is well there. And then I'm going to take the cream color E58. And then I'm going to pick up that beautiful shimmer in here and start to lay it down. I am gonna use a dry brush to see how it goes first. I used to do this quite a bit where I would spray my brush with shimmers. I really don't do that as much anymore, but I'm just gonna go ahead and start to, since it's pretty glittery, I'm going to more like tap it down versus kind of more swiping motions. Sometimes you can get a little bit more fallout that way. So I'm just gonna go ahead and tap. See, so I am still getting some fallout. I probably should have like really heavily put powder down, but this might be a palette that works best using this first and then doing face makeup. Or again, using a wet brush sometimes can help with fallout too, but like it would not need to help with the intensity of the shadow, because that is way beautiful. Ooh, that is pretty. Some more powder. So again, just beware that you're probably gonna get some fallout from this one, especially that shimmery shade. This is looking pretty. So I am gonna grab that small brush again, and I'm gonna do a little bit of the two lighter mattes, and then just kind of tap those on the outer part of my eye just to bring like a little bit of dimension back here. I don't think I need the black again. I'm just gonna do those two shades, and then again take that small brush and blend those out. Try not to throw it at me. That is all kinds of fun. So I'm gonna keep with the 506 for my lash line. I'll do my liner in a second because all my liners are in my bathroom. And I think once again, I think I'm just gonna combine the two mattes. I'm gonna use the darker one a little bit more, but then kind of diffuse it out a little bit with that lighter shade. And just run that on the lower lash line. All right, so I am just gonna add some liner to my waterline and then mascara, and I'll come back to show you the final eye look. So the eye look is finished off. I feel like this came out really pretty. It was very easy to do, just the 4 shadows. That shimmer is so, so beautiful, but even those dark mattes and those gray tones, they were so easy to blend. So very pleased about that. Let's jump over to the blushes from the collection. So there are 5 different blushes in the Smokey Nostalgia collection. Once again, really like the packaging on these, and the blushes all look really pretty. Like, I'm very impressed. I'm very impressed with like some of the shades in here, like even this blush that I'm holding up, which is in Sanguine. Like, what a stunning shade, right? So I'm gonna do close-ups and swatches of each of the blushes and talk you through them. So these all retail for $18. So first up we have, this one is Dream Walk. I was gonna say Dream Like. This is Dream Walk, which is a lucid lilac pink. Travel across dreams and never wake up. The next one that we have is Sunburnt, a sun-kissed salmon shade. Radiate energy and romance into the air. Next up we have the Sanguine shade. This is a pigmented dark blood red. Savor the spiral and the flight. Ooh. With that we have Joyride, a beige with warm peachy undertones. Yield to the surf and burn through daylight. Whew. And then lastly we have the shade Ecstasy, a fresh pink with a hint of coral. Cherish a tipsy euphoric moment. These are all silken feather light pressed powder blushes, delicately crafted for blendable long-lasting coverage. Exceptionally smooth and fine, this blush delivers a soft matte flush, sweet beyond imagination. When I opened up the shade Joyride when I was looking at all of them this morning, this one immediately kind of jumped out to me. I just love me like a neutral brown blush. I don't know if it's because of my love of bronzer. I don't know what it is, but I go for these types of blushes a lot. The only thing I will say is that the shade names are not on the packaging at all. So that's a little frustrating because I don't usually save the boxes. So I wish there would have been something on here to say the shade name. But again, they do have the little mirror in here. I'm gonna use the EcoTools Precision Blush Brush. So I'm just gonna put a little bit on here, pat it off, and then start to sweep that onto my cheeks. Ooh, that is very pigmented, okay. Okay, so that is a very pigmented blush, I would say. That really didn't take me anything to build it up. Looks to be pretty blendable. That's a pretty shade. I just like something that's kind of more neutral like that. But I have to say, I really do want to try Sanguine also. I feel like I would need, like, I'm picturing a look with that, with like liner, maybe even some lashes. I usually use red blushes, but again, that could be something that's a little outside of the comfort zone also. So then we just have to finish it off with the lips from the collection. So it came in this nice like tin box here, and then we have 4 different lip shades inside. So you can purchase the Smokey Nostalgia lip collection. That retails for $35, or you can purchase them individually for $12, or there are some different bundles that you can do also on the Kaleidos website. We have Skinship is a muted neutral beige, perfect for pairing with bold eye looks. Cold Smoke is a cool toned taupe brown. Cognac is an exquisitely rich, warm-toned cocoa brown, and Smeared Rouge is a blackened blue-red that can be smeared out to a magenta. These are supposed to be supple in the buff lip clays in an ode to timeless beauty. It says, savor your amorous dalliance and take command of the romancing with this collection of ardent delicacies. I just love the writer for Kaleidos. Like, I aspire to be them. So I think I'm gonna stick with Skinship, that muted neutral beige, perfect for pairing with bold eye looks, since the eye look is a little bit more on the bold side for me. I just added some lip liner from Carli, Bybel, and Makiage. This one is the Bybel lip liner. Then I'm gonna go ahead and apply some Skinship on top. So I like the packaging of these too. Like, it's kind of like that soft matte feeling to it. So we will go ahead and give these a shot. This is a very interesting lip product. It feels almost kind of like a whipped consistency. Like I'm kind of thinking of maybe the new Kasha Love Swipes, maybe something along those lines, but I can even tell as I'm applying it that it is much more matte. I love a matte lip, so that makes me happy. But it's crazy because like as I'm applying it, I feel like it was like blurring out my lips is the only thing I could like think of to say. That's just really interesting. I feel like I have not tried a lip product like that, but I really like the way it makes my lips look. Like I feel like they almost look a little bit more poutier and like pillowy. Does that make sense? Do you feel the vibe that I'm putting out there? I do not mind this at all right now. I like that shade. I think that it pairs well with the eye look, which is what I was hoping for. I don't know. I was not expecting to I don't know what I was expecting. I haven't tried a lip product from Kaleidos. I'm actually really feeling on that. So I'm gonna be curious to see how it wears because it's more of a matte lip. Is it gonna get dry? Am I gonna be constantly licking my lips? Is it gonna last me through my sushi tonight? Like I said, I always come back to review all of the products that I test out in my hauls and my first impressions. So stay tuned because I definitely will be doing that. But this is the final look. This has taken me a hot second to film. I think I sat down around 2:30 and it's now after 4. So I've had the foundation on for quite some time and I still feel like it looks really nice. I didn't powder my face anywhere except for my under eyes. So I didn't lay anything else down on top of the foundation because I want to see how it wears just by itself. I still feel like it looks nice and natural. I feel like maybe I'm getting a little bit of shine right in this area. So I'll kind of keep an eye on that. You know, do I feel like I need to powder after a certain amount of time? But otherwise, I think my skin is still looking really, really nice. Like the blush that I tried, the eye look I think is so good. And I love how easy it was. I love how easy it was. That makes me super excited. I'm really stoked to jump into the other palette and see the eye look that I get from that one. And the lip product from Kaleidos, like this has really impressed me. My last few trying to makeup videos I feel like have gone really well. So I'm very excited about this. So again, I'll link anything that I used down below. Brushes, anything like that, if you have questions that you can check the description box. Let me know what you thought of this look, the products. Have you purchased anything? Are you grabbing anything from the Kaleidos collection? I of course would love to know. But other than that, that is going to do it for this trying new makeup. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure to give this one a thumbs up. I hope you also consider subscribing before you go, and I'll see you in my next video.